What if I told you your gut, brain, and even your blood might not be as sterile or separate as you think? New science is rewriting what we know about the human body, showing that bacteria, nerves, and immune signals may shape everything from how we think and feel to whether our brains stay healthy as we age. In today's deep dive, we'll explore cutting-edge research on the gut-brain axis, brain microbes, and the surprising role of immune cells, all explained in clear, simple language. For years, scientists thought the adult brain was fixed. Tobias Rees's Plastic Reason shows how a group of researchers in Paris argued that the brain is plastic. It can grow new connections and even change shape throughout life. This means lifelong learning and healing are possible. But it also shows how scientific debates and even politics in labs shape what we believe about the brain. In 2002, McLaughlin and colleagues asked, are there bacteria in the blood of healthy people? They saw tiny, shape-changing forms under microscopes and found traces of bacterial DNA. But many scientists argue these could be cell fragments, not true bacteria. In 2023, Arabi and colleagues reviewed the brain microbiome theory. Some studies suggest bacteria or fungi may live inside the brain and trigger inflammation linked to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but contamination and false signals are big concerns. So this is still hotly debated. Similarly, Roberts and his team at UAB presented evidence that there might be bacteria inside healthy brains, but it was a conference poster, not peer-reviewed proof. Takeaway. The idea of a brain microbiome is fascinating. Did you know your brain has its own Wi-Fi signal that keeps everything connected? That signal is called acetylcholine. It's a brain chemical that helps you focus, learn, and remember. It also controls your mood, your movements, and even automatic things like your heartbeat and digestion. Scientists say it works like a coach or orchestra conductor, guiding your brain cells so they all play in tune. When acetylcholine levels drop, problems show up: memory loss, movement issues, even diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. That's why researchers are studying ways to keep these acetylcholine pathways healthy, because without it, your brain and body can't stay in sync. Did you know your brain has a main go button? It's called glutamate, the brain's most important messenger. Here's how it works. When one brain cell wants to talk to another, it releases glutamate. That's the signal that helps you think, learn, move, and remember. But there's a catch. Too much glutamate can actually damage brain cells. This overdrive is linked to problems like stroke, epilepsy, and even Alzheimer's disease. So glutamate is like the gas pedal of your brain, necessary for learning. But if it sticks, it can burn out the engine. Your brain depends on balance. Can a simple blood test tell us how severe depression is? In one study, researchers looked at 3 chemicals in the blood: glutamate, alanine, and serine. They found that people with more glutamate and alanine tended to have worse depression, but people with higher serine actually had less severe depression. This doesn't mean these chemicals cause depression, but it shows our brain and body chemistry are closely linked to mood. The study was small, so we need more research, but it gives hope that one day blood tests could help track mental health. Takeaway: your brain chemistry and your mood are deeply connected. Did you know brain chemicals might play a role in stubborn depression and mood disorders? Scientists looked at cerebrospinal fluid, the clear liquid around your brain, and found that people with severe, hard-to-treat mood disorders had lower levels of glutamate and glycine, 2 key messengers that help brain cells talk to each other. When these levels are low, brain signals can get out of balance, which may make mood symptoms harder to treat. This discovery is why researchers are exploring new treatments that target these brain pathways. It's not a cure yet, but it's a big clue to understanding why some depression and bipolar cases are so tough to manage. In 2023, Thapa and colleagues showed that in mice, gut bacteria can cross a leaky gut, ride the vagus nerve, and appear in the brain. Switching mice back to a healthy diet sealed the gut, reduced brain bacteria, and improved brain health. Diet may be powerful for protecting the brain. For years, scientists thought your brain only got messages from your stomach through slow hormones. But a team at Duke discovered something faster. Special neuropod cells in your gut act like little messengers. When you eat sugar, these cells use a nerve called the vagus nerve to send an instant electrical signal to your brain, like flipping on a light switch. That's why you can feel a rush of energy almost right after eating sweets. So your gut isn't just digesting, it's talking directly to your brain and helping decide what you crave and eat. A 2018 study by Chia and colleagues showed how two gut species, Akkermansia mucinifera and Anaerostipes cacae, work together. Akkermansia eats gut mucus and produces leftovers. Anaerostipes uses those leftovers to make butyrate, a fuel that strengthens the gut lining. This food chain is a perfect example of microbial teamwork that keeps us healthy. Microglia are immune cells in the brain. In development, Thion et al. 2018. They act like gardeners, pruning extra connections, cleaning debris, and shaping brain circuits influenced even by gut microbes. But in disease, Butler et al. 2021, microglia can overprune, eating healthy neurons or synapses, contributing to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Scientists are studying how to teach microglia to only clean up what's harmful. Sumich and colleagues, 2022, show that gut microbes and inflammation affect personality and mental health, from anxiety to resilience. Powell and colleagues, 2017, explain how the gut's mucosal immune system acts like a gatekeeper, deciding whether signals to the brain are calm or inflammatory. Tubbs's nerves and nerve injuries reminds us the body's nerves are the wiring that carry these signals, mapped and studied with imaging and diagnostic tools. Forsyth et al. 2014 showed the vagus nerve is like a hotline between gut and brain, carrying messages that can either calm or trigger stress responses. Brenist et al. 2014 found that gut microbes help strengthen the blood-brain barrier, the shield that protects our brain from toxins. Without microbes, that barrier is leaky. With them, it seals tight. The old view, the brain is sterile, fixed, and cut off from the body. The new view, the brain is plastic, influenced by microbes, shaped by immune signals, and connected by nerves to the gut. While some claims, like a brain microbiome, remain controversial, one thing is clear. Your gut health, immune system, and nerves all shape your brain's health and behavior. Future therapies may involve not just drugs, but also diet, probiotics, nerve stimulation, and immune balance. If you found this eye-opening, hit like, share this with a friend, and subscribe for more deep dives from a nurse who gets into the science of the gut-brain connection and healthy living. Remember, take care of your gut, and you might just be taking care of your brain.